Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Toriiseju and I do beauty, lifestyle and natural hair videos. So please don't forget to like this video and also subscribe. And yeah, let's get straight into this video. No one ever makes me feel the way. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about hair shedding, hair breakage. Is there really any difference? And if you're wondering whether your hair is breaking or your hair is shedding and you're really confused, I'm here to answer all those questions and also give you ways to help prevent and reduce excessive hair shedding. So yeah, keep on watching. Hair shedding and hair breakage, these are the most common problems that everyone has, especially if you have a natural hair or you just have hair in general. Is a common problem, especially if you wear your hair in its natural state every single time. So there's a difference between hair shedding and hair breakage. So hair shedding is a normal cycle for your hair. Your hair sheds like 50 to 100 strands every single day, so that is totally normal. So the difference between hair shedding and hair breakage is that when your hair sheds, it sheds from your scalp, like from your roots. It sheds off. It doesn't like break off at a certain point. The full length, your full hair strands come off. It's a natural cycle that happens. For hair breakage is when your hair breaks off at any particular length of your hair. Like if you see short hair strands or shorter hair strands that are not the length of your full hair strand, that's how you can tell the difference between shedding and hair breakage. So now I'm sure you're wondering what can cause this, how to reduce this, how to prevent this. But see, one thing about hair shedding is totally normal. There's no way to prevent it. The problem when you start getting excessive hair shedding, that's when it's a problem. Your hair is not supposed to be excessively shedding a lot. Your hair is not supposed to be shedding a lot, so that's when it becomes a problem, and I'm going to give you solutions to that. What can cause excessive hair shedding? So the first thing I'm going to talk about is medication. It depends on whatever medication you're on. Probably if you're trying to treat a particular illness, it can also have an effect to your hair, because most of the time when you take medication, it mostly affects your hair or your appearance in your body in general, so that can cause excessive hair shedding. So the next thing is stress. Stress also plays a major factor to hair loss and hair shedding and all of that, so try and reduce your stress levels. The next thing is dyes. Like when you add dyes to your hair, that can also affect your hair shedding. The other thing is diet. Whatever you put into your body also affects your body in general, so try and have a good diet. It really helps. So your hormones, especially as a lady, when you give birth, your hair, you start experiencing hair loss or excessive hair shedding. The last thing I'm going to talk about is lack of vitamins or lack of minerals, because there are sometimes when you're taking food but you don't take in the enough amount of minerals or vitamins to help your hair, your skin, your nails, because there are vitamins that you can take for that, which I'm also going to further explain on, to mention ways that you can stop excessive hair shedding. So the first thing is supplements. Like I mentioned, if you lack specific vitamins in your diet, you can also take them as supplements to help boost your immune system and to help your hair in general, because I know that there are gummies from Nature Bounty that you can take that helps with your skin, hair and nails, and they really help. I've taken that for a while, but currently I'm not on it, but I've had taken that and I can recommend that. The next thing I'm going to talk about is a healthy scalp. Like I mentioned this in my previous videos, that your scalp routine is so important. You need to make sure that your scalp is clean, that you don't have excessive buildups and you don't have so much oil on your scalp. So doing like your wash day routine is super important to keep your scalp clean, to help prevent excessive hair shedding. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is protein treatment. Protein treatment is like a treatment that you do to help strengthen your hair. So doing protein treatment also plays a major factor or a major role to reducing excessive hair shedding. Deep conditioning. Your hair thrives on moisture, so deep conditioning is basically that added moisture that you add to your hair, and doing deep conditioning can help to also reduce excessive hair shedding. So try and do like weekly deep conditioning or bi-weekly deep conditioning to help your hair to always stay moisturized, because if your hair is dry, it tends to shed a lot more than it should. Regular scalp massage. Scalp massage is super important. Doing scalp massages can help to to increase the blood flow on your scalp, and that helps your hair strands. It helps in hair growth. It helps your hair strands to like be stronger. So try to do regular scalp massages, especially when you're applying your cream, your oils. You can just do like a 5 to 10 scalp massage on your head. It really helps. So now we're going to move on to hair breakage. What causes hair breakage? And I also mentioned before that hair breakage is basically when your hair breaks off at any particular length of your hair, not your full strand but shorter strands of your hair. That's what is hair breakage. That's the difference between hair shedding and hair breakage, so that you're able to know what problem you have and how to solve it. I'm going to talk about the causes of hair shedding. What causes hair shedding? So lack of moisture on your hair can cause hair shedding. When you're doing your styling, when you're doing your combing or whatever hairstyle you're doing to your hair, do not style a dry hair, do not detangle a dry hair, and do not comb a dry hair. This can cause your hair to break a lot. So when you're doing any particular thing, when you're manipulating your hair, make sure that your hair is always moisturized, or at least it has water to hydrate it first. Always hydrate your hair before doing any particular thing, any particular style, hairstyle, or whatever styling you want to do to your hair. Make sure your hair is always moisturized, because your hair snaps easily when it's dry and brittle. So make sure that your hair is always moisturized. It helps to prevent hair breakage. Next thing is too much heat. Avoid putting too much heat on your hair. There's a huge role in hair breakage. Too much heat damage can cause your hair to break. It can cause your hair to get damaged, and try to reduce the heat on your hair. And if you want to put heat on your hair, invest in heat protectants. This is over manipulating your hair. Try to put your hair in protective styles to reduce the manipulation on your hair. And if you're over manipulating your hair is going to break and your hair is not going to grow longer. So try and reduce the over manipulation on your hair. And if I mentioned before, if you want to put your hair in any particular style, always make sure that your hair is moisturized, because if your hair is not moisturized, it's going to break. And if you're always over manipulating your hair is going to break a lot more. Just try and leave your hair in protective hairstyles, or tucking your hair that is not outside, that can cause your hair to break. I also mentioned protein treatment for hair shedding. It also works for hair breakage. Also try and add protein treatment in your routine. It helps to strengthen your hair and also reduce the amount of hair breakage you're going to get, or hair loss. Solutions should you do to help to reduce hair breakage? The first thing I'm going to talk about is moisture. Your moisture routine is super important. Doing your moisture routine weekly, especially if you have high porosity hair, your hair can dry out in between those weeks. So doing your moisture routine when your hair feels dry. Anytime your hair feels dry, go in with a moisture routine. Having a solid moisture routine is very important. I have a video on that. I'm going to link it for you to check out. But having a solid moisture routine is super important. But is drinking water. I know that people don't hear more of this, but trust me, when you put in good things in your body, it shows on every part of your body. Especially if you're stressed, it shows on your face, it shows on your skin. The same way, if you put in water in your body, it helps your whole body, it helps your whole system, which includes your hair. So try and drink a lot more water. But styling your hair, try and do more hairstyles that do not require heat, that like silk presses, or doing silk presses, or doing a blowout. Try and reduce the amount of heat that you add to your hair. And also, if you really want to do those blowouts, those silk presses, try and use heat protectants. I'm going to talk about is low manipulation. I've spoken on this. Reduce the way you manipulate your hair. It plays a major role. Try and reduce your hair manipulation so that your hair can grow a lot longer and not get damaged. The next thing I'm going to talk about is investing in hydrating products. Try and pick products that are more hydrating so that your hair can stay moisturized longer. Invest in hydrating products and rather just buying products like that. Look for products that have more hydrating ingredients, like aloe vera is very hydrating, honey is very hydrating. Look out for products like that. Trimming off split ends. Most of the times your hair is breaking because you have split ends, and I know that people hold on to like their length. People focus more on length rather than health. So if you leave those split ends on your hair, they are going to run through the length of your hair, which can cause your hair to break a lot more and become a lot more shorter. So you're not really doing yourself any good by keeping in your split ends. So if you don't know how to trim your split ends by yourself, you can always go to a professional to help you trim those ends off. Do not hold on to split ends, they do more harm than good. Deep conditioning marks, like I mentioned, getting hydrating products. You can always use aloe vera, you can always use honey or olive oil to do your deep conditioning hair marks, so that you can deep condition your hair. And deep condition is basically that added moisture to your hair, and you know that natural hair thrives on moisture, so having a lot more moisture or that added moisture can do a lot to reducing hair breakage on your hair. The next thing is protective styling. I spoke on this with over manipulation. Putting your hair in a protective style can help to reduce the manipulation on your hair, and your hair won't break off. So also try and find out good protective hairstyles that work with your particular hair. I'm going to link a video on this for you to be able to know if you have fine hair strands or thick hair strands, so I can know what protective hairstyle you can do. The last and most important thing I'm going to talk about is satin bonnets, satin scarf, satin pillowcases. Invest in that. They really help your natural hair and help to reduce single strand knots and hair breakage. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. I answer all my questions, and don't forget to subscribe and like. It helps this video to reach a wider audience, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.